Commuters beware, the roads could be in poor condition tonight with several centimeters of snow on the way. This is a live shot of the 401 near Brockville. Environment Canada issues the latest special weather statement for the region. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. I'm Stefan. The days may be getting longer, but the latest weather statement reminds us that the season isn't shorter. Environment Canada putting the region on alert, warning that up to 10 centimeters of snow could be added to the capital's landscape by tomorrow. And it has already started here in Ottawa, a light dusting kicking things off right now as we take a live look at the Queensway. For drivers, you're being given a heads up that the condition of Highway 417 could get compromised as the hours roll on and we inch closer to midnight. CTV's Kimberly Fowler joins us live on location on the Max Keeping Bridge with more. Kimberly.
Yeah, Stefan, you can see it is definitely starting to get the snow that is getting heavier. We've been here for about an hour or so. Things have really picked up. You can see the big flakes that are sticking to me as well. The Queensway behind me, the traffic that's coming down your screen, the headlights you're seeing, that's your eastbound traffic. And it's definitely getting a little bit slower, starting to see more volume this hour as well. So we've been tracking this storm just as the city has been tracking this storm as they are gearing up to clear all the snow that they're expecting to fall this evening. Now, Environment Canada, they have issued a series of weather alerts across Eastern Ontario and the Ottawa Valley. Here in Ottawa, there is a special weather statement calling for 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. And again, crews have been out. They've been patching up a lot of the potholes on our streets earlier this week, but today they're switching gears and they're powering up the plows and the salt trucks for when more of the snow hits us tonight.
Our main focus today has really been on making sure our equipment and our staff are ready, so getting our trucks put back into winter plowing mode versus we've been doing a lot of potholes, so it's really focused on getting that done. Making sure we had enough materials, salt, our liquid calcium chloride, and grit to respond to the storm.
Well, city crews, they will prioritize roadways and sidewalks first as they prepare for the heavy snowfall tonight. And we can also expect blowing snow, which means high winds. So that means reduced visibility for drivers and pedestrians. And everyone is advised to be on alert if you need to be out walking, cycling, or driving tonight. So again, Stefan, here by the Max Keeping Bridge, you can definitely see that the snow is starting to get a little bit heavier. But I've noticed on the roads and the sidewalks right now, it's not sticking yet. But again, that'll happen later on in the evening as we get more of the snow, obviously. Stefan.
Well, certainly sticking to you, Kimberly. I see snowmen being built in the future. Thank you for this. CTV's Kimberly Fowler reporting live for us tonight. We talk a lot about roads and being behind the wheel, but if you're on 2 feet or have to use a wheelchair or motorized chair, be mindful of sidewalk conditions as well. Our Jackie Paris is also outdoors for us right now. And Jackie, what more can you tell us about where this system is coming from?
Well, Stefan, the system really is coming over the Great Lakes, and it already had picked up for parts of Brockville as well as along the Seaway, and it is already mixing in with some freezing rain as well. And you mentioned it's not just the roads, it's also the sidewalks. So if you are, as the temperatures start to drop, we are seeing these puddles as well as the snow that has fallen on the ground on the sidewalk. It could lead to slippery conditions. So keep at ease when you are out on the roads, whether it is by foot or by car. Now, taking a look, it has prompted, again, the special weather statement for most of Eastern Ontario. It is in place until Saturday morning. So we will likely see a snowfall total between 10 to 15 centimeters. But parts of the region, the snow may be more, and that includes the Brockville area. It has prompted a freezing rain warning in effect as well. So ice pellets, accretions between 2 to 4 millimeters of rain. Right now, temperature-wise, across the region, still hovering around that freezing mark, which is why we are getting that mix of freezing rain and snow. -3 here in Ottawa, about 1 degree in Kingston, -2 in Bancroft, and about 1 degree in the Valley. Taking a look at overnight conditions, it will likely clear up the heavy snowfall closer to 2 a.m. Again, chance of flurries will linger into our Saturday. -6 will be the overnight low. We'll have a closer look at your long-term forecast in just a bit, but for now, we'll take it back to you in studio. Stefan.
All right, CTV's Jackie Paris live from the Bayard Market Square. Thank you, Jackie. And just in this afternoon, word from the Ontario government that you could be cracking open a cold one as early as 6 a.m. on Sunday. The Premier giving the green light for restaurants and bars to serve alcohol extra early in honor of the Olympic gold medal game for men's hockey. And if you missed it, It was a nail-biter, with Canada ultimately coming out on top in a semi-final thriller against Finland. That was the sound inside Lowertown Brewery when it became official. The Canadian men's hockey team defeating Finland in semi-final action earlier today in yet another come-from-behind victory. The final score, 3-2. CTV's Josh Morano had a front row seat to that thunderous reaction and joins us with more. Josh.
Yeah, they didn't want to make it easy for us, Stefan. It had to have that nervous energy, which was felt across the country, but especially here in Lowertown Brewery, seeing Canada down late in the game. But those nerves quickly turned into cheers once Nathan McKinnon scored to take the lead with just 35 seconds left in the contest. Some extra excitement in this one, of course, knowing Canada is once again playing for gold, but yet another gutsy effort to get there after Finland went up 2-0. It was Canada answering back with goals from Sam Reinhart and Shea Theodore to tie it midway through the third before Nathan McKinnon scored on a power play with 35 seconds on the clock, which would stand as the game winner. And here's how fans watching today reacted to the back-and-forth contest.
I told my dad at the start of this game, I did not want to feel like how I felt during the Czech game. It was the exact same emotions, the exact same feelings, and we got put in the exact same position.
We started 0-0, and anything can happen from that point. So, you know, like, the other team scores first, you start gripping your sticks. I'm gripping my glass a little harder.
The boys did it, and we know that they're going to do it on Sunday again, and it's our team for a reason. It's our game for a reason.
Hopefully glasses won't be gripped at early as 6 a.m. We'll get to that just a bit. But just moments ago, the United States defeating Slovakia in their semifinal matchup, meaning we will get a rematch of the historic 2010 gold medal game. So like I said, puck drop is set for Sunday at 8:10. And again, after Canada's victory, Premier Doug Ford announcing all bars in the province will be able to serve alcohol at 6 a.m. So be sure to make your reservations quick. As Lowertown Brewery told us earlier today, they're already almost booked up. Stefan.
It's going to be quite the matchup. I don't know if my heart can handle it. CTV's Josh Morano reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Josh. To the other major news of the day now, U.S. President Donald Trump is remaining defiant after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down his global tariffs in what many are calling a big political and economic blow for the president. Despite the ruling, most tariffs remain in place for Canada, including on steel and aluminum, cars and lumber. Trump is calling the decision a disgrace and is promising even stronger measures.
When you read the dissenting opinions, there's no way that anyone can argue against them. There's no way. Foreign countries that have been ripping us off for years are ecstatic. They're so happy. And they're dancing in the streets, but they won't be dancing for long.
Canada-U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc reacting to the court ruling on social media today, saying the decision reinforces that the tariffs are unjustified, but says critical work lies ahead to support businesses and workers affected by steel, aluminum, and auto tariffs. Now, companies across Canada are reacting to these latest tariff developments out of Washington, but experts say it's too soon to know what could be next for trade between the two countries. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is live with more on the local concern. Natalie.
Stefan, for one company that's been in the Ottawa community for decades, it brings a lot of uncertainty for what's next in this tariff roller coaster. Now, at the small business in Ottawa, news of the U.S. Supreme Court striking down President Trump's global tariffs positive, but that uncertainty still looms. Ambico, a steel and wood door manufacturing company, weighing in. They say this past year has been the most challenging in its 70-year history.
It's hard to say. We buy in bulk. Suffice it to say that since March, when the tariffs started, it's cost us well into six figures.
While Ambico has absorbed the cost of tariffs, it still goes to the small business's bottom line. And Judah Silverman says that it is the constant change that they've seen this past year that makes it so difficult to plan for the future. Stefan.
All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy reporting live for us. Thank you for this update, Natalie. We have new information when it comes to a deadly stabbing on Rideau Street, with police now releasing details about the victim and suspect. Police confirm a 58-year-old man is dead and a 70-year-old man is in custody charged with first-degree murder. The incident happened just after 5:30 p.m. yesterday near the intersection of Rideau and William Streets. Paramedics say they attempted to stabilize the victim, who was taken to hospital in critical condition but later died. Police say the suspect, 70-year-old Yves Brisson of Ottawa, was arrested at the scene and is now facing murder charges.
They were not strangers. They were known to each other. We're still working on the sequence of events that led up to it and trying to identify a motive.
Police continue to investigate and say they are trying to get in touch with the victim's next of kin. This is the city's 4th homicide of the year. Coming up on CTV News at 5, February wasn't off to a great start for OC Transpo. We have new numbers when it comes to the number of bus cancellations, adding up for a plagued public transit system. Also, here's what you need to know. The Scottish Society of Ottawa is hosting the 12th annual Great Canadian Kilt Skate tomorrow at the outdoor Lansdowne skating rink. There will be bagpipers and hot chocolate. Everyone is welcome, and you can drop off an item for the Ottawa Food Bank as well. The event is on from 1 until 3 p.m. You're watching CTV News at 5. The City of Ottawa has been looking at measures to make downtown Ottawa, including here in the Byron Market area, safer. A pilot project was announced late last year to spend $1 million over 2 years to hire private security guards in the market. Today's radio question of the day is asking, do you feel safe in downtown Ottawa?
I need to be honest, like I live here too, right? I live just near King Edward. My family is affected by this as well. And I want the best for the downtown so badly. And we just have to all work together. And I'm imploring everyone to do so and to say the quiet part out loud, because we're not going to get to solutions until we do that.
Kirsty Cameron is here with more. And as someone who is Ottawa proud, I hate that the downtown core kind of has this reputation. And I might feel comfortable, but that's all relative. It depends on who you are.
I love the Byward Market. I love Rideau Street. As somebody who's lived and worked in downtown parts of Ottawa and actually been working at Bell Media for 10 years, right? So you've kind of seen the evolution of Rideau Street through that time. I would say things got worse during COVID. Subjectively, in my personal opinion, I think that things have gotten better and they've bounced back since about 2022. But that's the interesting part of this topic, Steph, is that safety is a very subjective thing. So this plan to have private security guards, it may help some people because they see more people on the streets. And more people contribute to this notion that you're safe. But for others, they're looking more at the stats. They're looking more at awful stories like the one last night where a man died a stabbing at 5:30 as people were still going about their early evening. Like, people are grocery shopping. Kids are still out of the house at that time. So they look at stories like that and they think, well, it's not safe downtown Ottawa. I got a lot of that on my show today.
Yeah, and it's easy to say, come see it firsthand. But if you're already scared or fearful of coming downtown, you're not going to see it firsthand. And you're just kind of stuck with this in the back of your mind. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
You can listen live to Kirsty Cameron on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 2 to 6. And now watch Christy's segments anytime on YouTube. Subscribe to the News Talk 580 CFRA channel. OC Transpo reported a jump in bus trip cancellations during the second week of February. More than 2,000 bus trips, 2,087 to be exact, were canceled during the week of February 8th to 14th, compared to around 1,580 canceled trips during the first week of the month. OC Transpo says the main factor contributing to last week's cancellations was operator availability. Coming up on CTV News at 5, tax filing season is just around the corner. Details on changes at the Canada Revenue Agency to make it smoother for Canadians to file their taxes this year. Also, here's what you need to know if you're dreaming of the warmer weather. You may want to check out the Ottawa Boat and Outdoor Show. It's on this weekend at the EY Centre. Head over to the event website for tickets and full list of exhibitors and show features. Stay with us. Coming up tonight on CTV after the news, E-Talk starts at 7, The Big Bang Theory at 7:30, a CTV movie, Ainsley McGregor Mysteries, a case for the watchmaker begins at 8, and then Children Ruin Everything at 10 before you can watch an episode of Stumble at 10:30. Now for another check on the weather, Jackie is live on location for us, a short walk from our Bell Media building. Jackie, that special weather statement still hanging over the region.
That's right, Stefan. I mean, it doesn't look like it now. We've seen a little bit of a break with the heavier snow that we saw maybe just 20 minutes ago, but still be wary because 6 o'clock, the 7 o'clock hour, that's when we could anticipate the greatest chance for the heaviest part of the snowfall. And this will linger into the midnight hour as well. Taking a closer look at our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, here's a closer look at Parliament Hill. And you can see the temperatures are about -3 degrees right now, feeling like -10. And we do have a little bit of that light snow steadily moving through, and it will moderately move through really throughout the rest of this evening. Here's a closer look at the satellite radar where this band is really moving through. A mix of freezing rain and rain around Kingston and Brockville, making for what could be a difficult commute home. Here in Ottawa, likely more snow than the freezing rain. Again, a reminder, a special weather statement in effect when all is said and done. 10 to 15 centimeters of snowfall is what we are anticipating. It could lead to reduced visibility at times. A freezing rain warning also in effect for just east of Brockville as well. Keep in mind, we could see some ice pellets moving through as well. As mentioned, this is likely going to clear or slow down by the time Saturday morning rolls around. And by the early part of our Saturday, it should be clear. Now, taking a look temperature-wise, still moderate. -5 will be the daytime high for our Saturday. Mainly cloudy skies with the chance of flurries lingering through. And as we look towards our friends in the Seaway, periods of snow will carry on into the overnight hours. Chance of flurries for tomorrow will also linger. -3 will be the daytime high. Very similar for tomorrow in the valley, where overnight temperatures will start with -6 and warm up to about -2. Again, the weekend, we could see some flurries moving through well into not just Saturday, but into our Sunday as well. And then we look towards our temperatures for the next several days. We are going to be hovering around the freezing mark. It won't be until Tuesday, Stefan, that we will likely see some sunshine. But again, we will see the return of some more frigid temperatures with a daytime high of about -10 degrees. So again, tonight, just take your time on those roads. If you are going to be traveling quite the distance, stay cautious and prepare your travel plans accordingly.
All right, thank you for this, Jackie. Right now, it does look pretty out there, but yes, be careful behind the wheel. Here's a look at the stories you're checking out right now on CTV News Ottawa.ca. If you and your family are looking for something to do this weekend, our digital team has you covered. Go to our homepage and just scroll up just slightly. What's happening in Ottawa this weekend? Of course, we know people will be watching that gold medal game come Sunday morning. But if you want to see some hockey in person, the Ottawa 67s are playing at TD Place Arena. All the details on our website. Coming up for us here on CTV News at 5, the city is looking at changes to landscaping rules in front of residential homes. We'll have those details. Stay with us. Also, a live check on traffic. We know that westbound lanes between Carling and Pinecrest are experiencing about a 10-minute delay right now. Other parts not looking too badly, but again, it could start to get slick. You're watching CTV News at 5.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Right now, the temperature is -3. And here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court.
U.S. President Donald Trump slamming the U.S. Supreme Court decision that struck down some of his global tariffs.
We're still working on the sequence of events that led up to it and trying to identify a motive.
Ottawa police lay charges in the city's 4th homicide of the year. The suspect, a 70-year-old man.
The boys did it, and we know that they're going to do it on Sunday again, and It's our team for a reason. It's our game for a reason.
Another nail-biter of a game, the Canadian men's hockey team will now battle the U.S. for Olympic gold on Sunday. Now, the final 5 other stories we're following today. New landscaping rules could be coming to Ottawa. City staff are recommending a new bylaw which would provide some flexibility when it comes to hardscaping and its installation. Under the new rules, 50% of front lots could be a hard surface, which includes a driveway and walkway. However, many homes already have a driveway that covers 50%, meaning those residents wouldn't be able to install a sidewalk on the right-of-way.
The training effort that it took to get to the Olympics, and just to see that they can achieve their goals in life.
Students at École Secondaire Catholique Garneau in Orleans cheered on Ottawa's Ivani Blandin, a former student of the school, as she raced in the 1,500-meter skate today. Blandin is competing in her 4th Olympics. While she did not medal today, Blandin won gold earlier this week in the speed skating women's team pursuit. And it was not the outcome hometown team Rachel Homan was hoping for at the games today. The Canadian rink lost 6-3 to Team Anna Hasselborg of Sweden in the curling semifinals. Team Homan still has a chance for a medal, though. They will play in the bronze medal game tomorrow against the U.S. The Canada Revenue Agency says taxpayers should have an easier time filing their taxes this year. The agency revamped its operations thanks to a government-ordered service improvement plan focused on addressing call center delays. The CRA says it has streamlined its websites and hired more call center workers. The 2025 tax filing season begins on Monday and lasts for a little over 9 weeks, ending on April 30th. NASA has conducted a critical fueling test of its Artemis rocket, which will eventually return astronauts to the moon. During the so-called wet rehearsal, launch teams pumped 2.6 million liters of supercold fuel into the rocket and then counted down to the 30-second mark. NASA says there was minimal hydrogen leakage. NASA is now looking to launch on March 6th. Thanks for watching CTV News at 5.